Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got 4 nails because I couldn't do the 5th. We're going to do the 5th on the channel today and the rest of them as well. But I've got these stickers. They're like XL stickers from Shein, believe it or not. I could not believe my eyes when I saw XL stickers. And I really like that one, but as you can see on the sheet, you only get one of each and I don't want to waste it on my little prototype. So those are the 4 nails I'm going to create to create the whole set today. So we're going to make some Betty nails. I'm so excited. I've never done Betty nails, I think, on my channel, so it's something new. And we're going to try out the stickers, and I can give you a little spoiler already. They're amazing and I really want to get more, and I wish they had more designs on Shein. They're extremely affordable and such good quality. Like, I'm so happy. So, as I showed you guys the colours, we've got Shaka as our nude. We've also got some nice core colours. We've got some bold white and legacy. Both of those are super pigmented, and pretty much everything that I did on the channel today, I did one coat only, which is crazy. I will remind you in a moment once we get into the actual design of which part exactly I did one coat on, and you will be absolutely amazed. And I am so happy I only took one coat because I did not want to be doing a second. I do have 2 nails that are going to be ombre nails, and I wanted the ombre to be quite subtle, nothing too crazy. So I'm using Shaka, which is a pretty sheer nude with a very, very pigmented white. And I wasn't quite sure how this was going to go, but it wasn't the worst. It did take 2 coats and a lot of back and forths to create the nice little seamless blend. But yeah, I'm quite happy with it. But to be honest, in hindsight now, when I look at the design, you can barely tell there is an ombre there anyway. So if you're not into it really, or you know, just don't want to be doing ombres, you could definitely get away with just not doing it. For today's set, it was pretty much not necessary. So here goes the second ombre, and again, off camera, I'll do everything again, like, you know, getting up to the second coat. And now it's time to crack on with our nail art design. So we've got 2 nails that are going to be French tips, and this is also the moment where I just do the one coat with the French tip. You notice how pigmented it is when you are done with the nail, like it's unreal and so easy to work with. So I'm just gonna outline my smile line, colour in the tip, and off that will go into Glam for a cure. And again, we'll do that again on the second nail. And I usually keep my smile line a little bit higher than on this nail, but this specific nail or design that we're going for, I knew I needed the smile line quite low just because I am going to be doing some flames on top of it, and I just had a vision how I needed everything to look. So in a moment you see why we needed it this low, but I feel like we all kind of have our preferences with French tips and how low we want our smile lines and how curved and all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm more, because I work on these such long stiletto nails most of the time for nail art purposes, so usually I have mine a little bit higher, but yeah, we're going a little bit low on this one. So here goes the second nail. We're going to colour it in, and just for being a bit more efficient, I am colouring in the tip with just the brush from the bottle just to be fast and efficient. And off that will finally go into the lap. But before though, we are going to crack on with another nail. So I was trying again to be a bit more efficient, and just as I've already got my brush with the white gel polish, I'm going to crack on with the next part of the white gel polish look. So I have my favourite brush, which is the one I'm using right now, and I do everything with it. I got it in a pack of like, I think 5 brushes like years ago on Amazon. So it's probably like the most basic random, it wasn't branded or anything. It was probably like one of those, you know, those companies that like buy stuff in bulk from like probably China and then just resell on Amazon. It's probably one of those, and I probably overpaid for it at the time, but it wasn't expensive as it was anyways. I think it was like £10 for a pack of 5 or something, which is very affordable, but I know you can get it even cheaper on AliExpress or Shein, for example. But yeah, really happy with it, and I just fell in love with this specific one, and I just use it for everything. Like, I just feel the most comfortable with it. So whenever I need to switch colours, it just sucks because I need to wipe the brush, you know, dip into the next colour and so on. So sometimes I just try to wait and just finish all the white little bits on the nails first before I, you know, change colour on the brush. So we are on the part where we do the flame. So the flame I've always shied away from. Flames are, they still are, to be honest, even though I'm able to do them now-ish. They're still not quite how I would love for them to look, but it's still better than what I used to create. So I do these kind of like squiggly lines, like a flame look, and then I do like the outer side of it too, just to thicken up the flame look. and then I do these curved lines at the bottom. I'm usually really bad at explaining this part, so hopefully the footage itself explains what I'm doing. So I basically outline it first for myself, and then I go in and just colour it in, and look at this amazing legacy colour. Like, it's unreal. And I, again, just had to do the one coat. It was amazing. So one coat on the French tip, one coat on the flame as well, and you're good to go. You don't need to go in again. And I'm so happy because I had 2 of those nails, so that took a little bit of time. So here it is coloured in, and again I'll do another one on the other nail, but I just did that one off camera at that point. And it's out the lamp, so I knew I wanted to make it look one of those like cartoony comic book looks. So we're going to outline the flame with some black, and I am using the Madame Glam nail art gel in the shade black. So it's super pigmented again, and I only had to do the one coat, which is perfect. Again, we're just really going for efficiency in this video. I'm using the best of the best products, so we don't have to do 2 coats. So I outlined the outer side first, pop it into the lamp, and then I do the inner, but I just showed only this part on the video because, I really do not like doing those on camera, and just overall don't like doing them because they're just always so hard. I would just find them really hard. So now we're going to do the lines that are absolutely vital to make the nail look like a comic book vibe. So I did a couple with some white, and it's just like outlining the flame basically, and then just doing a dot, and then I'm going in again with some more black and just continuing the look. And again, you want to do that on both. I think I just show it on the one again, but that's all you want to do. And that nail is almost done. We are going to matte top coat later and then pop some bling on it, but that'll be later on in the video. Now, I wasn't too sure what to do on the 4th nail, so I was digging through, maybe some glitter, maybe some stamping, who knows. I was for a second considering like one of those heart looks where it's like different shade of heart in itself, if that makes sense. But I came across the hearts glitters I have, and I have 2 different shades, and kind of wanted like a black and red look, but I didn't have any black, so I had to just go with the red. And I have 2 different shades, so I thought if I just kind of place it down the center of the nail, I will straighten it up and pop it into the lamp. And I did use some base coat to help me glue that in, and then I can do some extra lines there just to continue the line look that we did on the other nails. So I'm going to go for this kind of in and out line look that's going through the hearts and out the hearts kind of thing. So I'm doing it with the white, and also I'm going to do it with the red as well, and then I'm going to pop that into the lamp for a cure. Once that is curing, we are going to finally get onto the part where we're going to stick down Betty Boo. Boop, I think is how it's said. Boop. Boo? Boop. I think it's boop. So here she is, and I opted for the one where she's kind of like standing upright so that it actually fits on the nail. And I am a little bit disappointed. I wasn't sure if I should do the nude as a background, the what as a background, or the red. So I went for the nude because most of the nail have nude going on, but now that I look back and once it's still matte top coated and everything, I kind of wish it was on a white. Definitely not a red because she's wearing, the red heels and the red outfit. I feel like it should have been on a white to make it pop a bit more. Don't know, it's too late now. I've only had the one sticker and it's already down, so I just had to go with it now. Maybe now it doesn't look as bad, but once I matte top coat and it comes out, because it, matte top coat kind of dims everything down a little bit, it just kind of felt like it was disappearing a bit. So yeah, a little bit annoying, never mind. I'm still happy with how it looks, and it's cutesy and stuff, but there's every time you do something, you always look back and go, oh, I wish I did another colour. This is also why I always do my prototypes, because the amount of times I do them off camera and I switch things up and, adjust it to really make it the best it can be. So that's why I don't really like just sitting down and just sitting down and filming, and I don't know what I'm filming. Don't like it at all. I like to be organised, I like to be prepared and everything, and I don't know, I just find filming sometimes a little bit uncomfortable, when as you're making, it can be a bit uncomfortable when you're trying to get fine lines in and stuff, so I can't imagine filming for like 2 hours straight because I just don't know what I'm filming and I'm just trying to fix up a design. Like, it's just not me. I need to come prepared, I need to come ready to go and as efficient as I can be, so I have always got 2 sets going on. So we're doing some extra lines and we're going to sugar them to make some 3D looks and bring some sparkle into the nail, especially as charm wise, like it's such a busy set that I just felt like there shouldn't be too much glitter, charmy things going on, so I felt like maybe just adding a titch bit of glitter to bring in the sparkles. So I'm outlining again the original line that we created, and I'm doing 2 of those, one on the inner and outer side. And again, you want to sprinkle that with some fine glitter. I've got the red one. I think that one is from Larissa. They had I honestly haven't been on that website for so long. I've got so much glitter that I've just not had to shop around, but they had these packs, almost like sample packs, because it's kind of like a wholesaler website, but the sample packs were perfect for nail art. And they came with all different like shades and stuff, but if not on there, absolutely on AliExpress is the go-to place for glitters anyways. Now it's time to do some bling, and I was so frustrated when I saw the glitter in my rhinestone glue gel, but it is what it is. We're just going to try and move on and pretend it's not them, and just place some crystals into that sparkly glitter so you can't see it. So on the flames, I've just got some 3ABs, and I'm going to pop some caviar beads in between as well. So just some silver caviar beads, and off that goes into the lamp. I'm going to do that on both. Just kind of switch out the angle though. So on this one, we're doing it on the right. So on the next nail, you want to do it on the left. And then the very last nail really is just going to be a couple flowers, which we'll get to in a moment, and that's it. So it's very, very simple for me today. Like, I usually go so wild on the crystals, you'll know. I love to bling out a set. But yeah, this one just felt like a lot, and even for me, like I'm saying that, it's crazy. But I did just feel like there was a lot going on, especially with the flames and everything. I just, didn't want to overcomplicate, and I just kind of wanted the flames, the Betty Boop, everything to kind of speak for itself and not bring too much attention to the crystals, but it just had to have some crystals nevertheless. So that's the second nail, and then last but not least is the swirly whirly one, with the one without the hearts. Very, very boring at the moment, just a bit simple. So we're going to place some flowers at the top there, and then in the part of the swirlies. In my prototype, I had a larger area in the part, so it made a bit more sense. But now when I was redoing it, I didn't even have space for myself, so it didn't look as, it still looked good, but if you look back on the start of the video when I was showing the prototype, there was way more space for the flowers to be, but still really cutesy. I like it. I'm really happy with this one. Really happy, and it's a really nice accent nail too. If you needed to reuse and recycle, then this is probably the one as well to play about with and do, because it's also not very hard at all either. And that'll be basically it. In goes the caviar beads in the center of the flowers, and here are the final results. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I would love to see you all in my next video. Bye guys!